Have you ever sewn on a button, hemmed a pair of pants, or seen someone hand-stitch a quilt? If so, you've used a sewing needle. It's small, sharp, and often tucked away in a drawer, easy to overlook. But have you ever wondered how this tiny piece of metal is actually made? Today we're unraveling the story behind the sewing needle, how it came to be, why it matters more than you might think, and what makes it such a brilliant example of functional design. Let's get into it, right here, on History of Simple Things. The sewing needle has a surprisingly ancient origin. The oldest known needles date back over 60,000 years, carved from bone and used by early humans to stitch animal hides together. Over time, metalworking replaced bone, and by the 14th century, steel needles were being made by hand in Europe and Asia. But even though the tools have evolved, the purpose remains the same: to guide thread through fabric, one stitch at a time. That simple function has helped humans build everything from clothing to sails to surgical sutures. Today, millions of needles are produced daily in factories around the world, with nearly every one of them starting in the same humble form: a roll of steel wire. The process begins with coils of high-carbon steel wire, the same type of metal used for springs or guitar strings. It's strong, flexible, and can hold a sharp point without breaking. These coils arrive at the factory in giant spools, sometimes hundreds of pounds each. The wire is unrolled, straightened, and cut into precise lengths, depending on the kind of needle being made, from tiny embroidery needles to thick, heavy-duty upholstery ones. At this stage, the wire looks nothing like a finished needle. But everything is about to change, thanks to a series of machines designed to shape, grind, and sharpen with incredible precision. Next comes one of the most critical parts: forming the needle's point. Each cut length of wire is fed into a machine that spins grinding wheels against one or both ends, depending on the type of needle. These wheels sharpen the tips into that familiar piercing shape. It's all done at high speed, but the level of accuracy is microscopic. Even a fraction of a millimeter off can affect how the needle performs. Some factories check the sharpness by using fabric tests or magnification tools. A good needle needs to pierce smoothly, without tearing fabric or snagging thread. And that all starts with the tip. Then one end is flattened slightly to prepare for the next step: punching the eye. The eye of the needle, that tiny hole we thread, is made with a process called stamping or punching. A small but powerful press punches a hole through the flattened end of each wire. Depending on the type of needle, this hole might be round, oval, or elongated. Some specialty needles have even more complex eye shapes for easier threading or decorative stitching. This step might sound simple, but it requires extreme care. If the punch is misaligned by even a hair's width, the needle becomes useless. And since this process happens thousands of times per hour, machine calibration is key. After punching, the edges around the eye are rough and uneven, not ideal for delicate threads, so they go through a smoothing and polishing phase next. Each needle is tumbled in large rotating drums filled with abrasive materials like fine sand, ceramic pellets, or polishing powder. These tumblers buff the surface, smooth out the eye, and round off any sharp or jagged edges. This polishing stage can take hours, depending on the desired finish. At this point, the needle feels smooth to the touch, and threads can pass through the eye effortlessly. Next comes heat treatment, an essential step that gives the needle its strength and resilience. The polished needles are heated in a furnace at high temperatures and then rapidly cooled, a process known as tempering. This changes the metal structure on a molecular level, making it hard enough to withstand pressure, but flexible enough to avoid snapping. After heat treatment, some needles receive additional coatings. Nickel plating is common. It adds corrosion resistance and a shiny appearance. Others may be coated with gold, titanium, or Teflon, depending on their purpose. These coatings don't just look nice, they help needles slide through fabric more smoothly and last longer under repeated use. Even after all this, not every needle makes the cut. Needles are carefully inspected for flaws, bent shafts, incomplete eyes, rough tips. Many factories use automated vision systems to detect defects, while others still rely on human inspectors to catch imperfections the machines might miss. Sewing needles are carefully sorted by type and size before being packaged. Some are bundled into neat sets, while others are stitched onto fabric swatches for convenience. You'll find them in craft stores, tucked inside hotel sewing kits, or resting on a tailor's work table. Each needle has traveled a long path from raw metal to a precise sewing tool, a transformation most people rarely think about. Behind every perfect stitch is a needle forged through heat, precision, and craftsmanship. So why does all this matter? Because sewing needles are more than just tools. They're symbols of precision, patience, and human creativity. Whether it's a mother mending a child's jeans, a surgeon closing a wound, or an artist hand-embroidering a masterpiece, the needle is always there, quietly doing its job. Small enough to slip through fabric, sharp enough to stitch stories, the needle holds the thread of humanity. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.